Unpleasant humidity for this match. The players sweating like Marlon Brando eating Thai food. And welcome to my co-commentator and Richmond goal-kicking legend, Matthew Richardson. The Swans players run onto the ground. Umpire tosses the coin. The Swans kicking to the left of screen. Here's the opening bounce. I play in the over 60s football league. We don't have ball ups. The ump just puts the ball on the ground and whoever can bend down and pick it up gets the first possession. Dangerfield can email the football when he gets onto it, but sometimes he doesn't put the right address on it. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Hand passes. Laidler puts it on the boot. Towers controls it. Goes short with a hand pass. Sydney players eagerly awaiting this lead change. Nice work from Parker. Gets his first. Good start by Sydney. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Hanbury gets the ball. He brings it out of the pack. Marks. Papley setting his sights on the goals. Nice kick. Sydney have scored the last 2 goals. The Swans by 11. Sinclair wins the tap. Terrible timing by Smith. A great effort. Papley lining up. He's elected to play on. Selwood doesn't make the tackle. That ball's travelling. Papley did well then. Gets his first. The Cats is risking falling too far behind way too early.
Sinclair wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club. Parker grabs the ball on the bounce. He runs into the goal. Parker kicks it straight through the big sticks. It's Sydney with the lead over the Cats.
Here's the bounce.
Sinclair just has endless possibilities. I'm really excited to watch this kid grow. He gets boot to the ball. He gathers up the intercepted ball. Good mark.
As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. Kennedy is streaming past and gets the footy. Chalk up a goal for the Swans. Papley extends the lead from that kick. The umpire has bounced the ball.
Sinclair wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club. Selwood takes the mark. He boots it. Just wasn't able to grab it cleanly. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Kennedy goes for home. No, the kick is no good.
A helpful start to the match for Sydney. It's not the score he was looking for. Selwood waiting for the man to free up. He plays it to himself. A low stabbing kick. Does well to keep it in play. Hits the running man. A solid mark from Reed. Gets a handball away towards the man on the run. Heaney watching, waiting, hoping. Sydney lead the Cats. Disappointing kick there. Selwood waiting for the man to free up. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Reed runs in. Reed takes aim for goals. And he's missed. Sydney with a healthy gap on the scoreboard, leading the Cats 33-1. It's not the score he was looking for.
Selwood is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. He lines it up with the goal. A good contested mark there. He kicks the ball. That's a mark.
Rocketed long by Canterbury. Ball over the boundary line. It's a good throw-in. Punched by Sinclair. A good job keeping it in play there. Heaney somehow manages to get that ball out with all those players around him. He can't close the deal, and it's a point. Sydney with a handy break, leading the Cats 34-1. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Selwood may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Sinclair thumps it forward, controlled by Selwood.
Parker is just a beast of a player. He's so strong through the legs and he's very hard to tackle. It's tapped down nicely. Hewitt with the ball, sending it on its way. Towers with great hands. Sending it on its way. He takes a strong mark.
Heaney plays on. Jumping at shadows. Heaney lets fly with a shot at goal. The Swans leads by 45. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Sinclair aims for his man on the ground. Dangerfield sticks out his hands and collects the ball. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. Gelong trailing by 45. They have a lot to think about.
Gelong need to break the scoring momentum that we're seeing. They need to rotate their flexible personnel and alter the trend of the game.
Lots of points scored during that second quarter. Here we go.
Never give up, never give in. And when the upper hand is yours, you may have the ability to win with the dignity that you absorbed the loss.
Gets boot to leather. Parker with an easy mark. Parker slams one on the boot for goal. Tantalisingly close. Behind. Disappointing kick there.
Selwood has so much potential, he could just be anything. Magnificent goal.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. A dead straight bounce. Smith looked about as coordinated as Disney's Goofy. Cuts towards the middle. He spent that one before he had it. He threaded the needle to get the handball out. Kolajasny, the better man there, kicks. A great effort.
It's no wonder the Cats are falling behind with a marking count like that. If they don't start getting into the contest and start taking some marks, this game will be lost for them. McVeigh collects it, sending it on its way. He grabs it. He kicks the ball. Dangerfield takes the mark.
Bumps the pigskin. Simply outplayed the opposition there. Tackle, but gets the handball off. Gives it to Parker. Tackled by Mackey. He gets the hand pass. Hewitt drives the ball towards goal. The goal eludes him just wide of the target. Sydney with the advantage as they lead Gelong 54-1. I would have expected him to nail that. He's running hot, Richard.
Yes, he's had it again, Dennis. He just seems to be everywhere tonight.
Sydney by 9 goals. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Selwood has the passion for this game, and that shines through every time he plays.
I would have expected him to nail that.
Selwood is a great kick, and if he can maintain that accuracy under pressure, he'll elevate to the elite category. Hanbury should have passed the ball. Guthrie kicks the ball. Dangerfield takes the mark uncontested. He gets boot to the ball. Selwood with a strong mark.
Grundy sticks out his hands and collects the ball. A great effort. Hewitt plays on. Guided down nicely by Parker. He has the ball. And the ball goes over the boundary near the 50. It looks like the umpire has decided it's a boundary throw-in. Sinclair punches. The ball in the hands of Guthrie. Handballs from the tackle. Dangerfield with a clinical drop punt. Nice work from Rowan. Choose to kick it. Lucky bounce collected. He's really a ball magnet. He's getting accustomed to kicking goals. He's having a ball. If you'll excuse the pun, he's giving it all he's got this match. That's number 3. The ball is bounced. Guided by Sinclair. Gets boot to leather. Heaney soars over the pack and takes a ripper. He's got eyes like a pterodactyl with contact lenses. I think he just wants attention. Looking for another goal here. That shot wasn't meant to hit the fan. Out on the full. Free kick to Sydney. Spears a low ball. Hughes wins the marking contest.
Hughes is very loyal, but it's not that hard when you're doing what you love. Score for Sydney. The Swans lead Gelong.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Sinclair decisively kicks into the forward line. A nice running mark.
Mills. He's quite clean, picking up the ball on the half volley. He plays on with it. Hewitt hand passes the ball. Sends the ball to open space. Parker shoots for goal. Parker has slotted it through for a six-pointer.
All is in readiness. Here's the bounce. Claimed by Smith. He controls the bouncing ball. Good mark on the run. He opts to play on. He runs into the goal. Parker with a kick at goal. Perfect kick. Parker getting goal number 5. Sydney in front. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Sinclair decisively. Collected by Cockatoo. Gets the loose ball. Picked by Hewitt. It was all his. Franklin lines it up. He steadies now in front of goal. Jumping at shadows. So half-time, and Richo, what are your thoughts on the first half?
I'd expect the coach will be asking for more of the same in the second half with a first half performance like that.
There's the siren to start the second half.
What to do with a mistake? Recognise it, admit it, learn from it, then forget it.
Steady hands there as he holds that one. Reed with a kick at goal. If that post was a couple of centimetres thinner, it'd have been okay. Sydney starting to exert some dominance over the Cats with the lead of 81-1. Disappointing kick there. Franklin ran to meet the ball and took the mark superbly. Disappointing kick there. He plays on. Nice kick. Goal number 6. He's really putting on a show today. Parker getting them further in front.
He's got the evasiveness and the flashy tricks of a star.
Unfortunately, placed ball finds its way into the opposition's grasp. Slams it on the boot. Nice contested mark by Parker. Here he is going for goal number 7. That's a very well executed goal. Sydney have scored the last 9 goals. The Swans with the advantage as they lead the Cats 94-1.
Parker must have amazing intuition because he can react so fast to situations, it's as though he's had premonitions.
Ball goes over the line and out of play. Umpire lets it loose. Sinclair is a class above. I expect he'll continue to dominate Smith. With the ball now. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Works it across the ground. Selwood claims it. Looks like he panicked there. Nice hands.
Dangerfield is just so creative that the coach has just given him the freedom to experiment and take the game on, knowing that he's just all class. Rowan decides to play on.
Gets a handball away. Hughes feeds the hand pass out. A chance to add one more to his tally. Miss for a behind. The Swans leads by 94. It's not the score he was looking for. Duncan kicks hard along the boundary line. Oh, you can really tell he loves taking a contested mark. Sydney with the ascendancy over the Cats, leading the match 96-1. It's not the score he was looking for.
It's time to roll the dice out there and see how the game might open up. Yes, the Cats might get hurt on the rebound, but I think more scoring opportunities will present themselves. He slams that on the boot.
The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Smith didn't even get close to that tap. Sinclair slams the ball onto his boot, trying to get it away as quickly as possible. Papley making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the win. Kicked by Muse. A solid mark from Tui.
Tui's got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. He boots it, just wasn't able to grab it cleanly. He lays off the pass, he kicks the ball, has the mark all to himself. Dangerfield slams the ball to his boot. Rampy with the mark.
Oh, he's dropped it. He'll rue that one. Right now, he looks like a man in a darkened room trying to discover where all the furniture is. The ball is on the ground, and it's picked up by Reed. Hand passes. Mackey calls for it back. Gets boot to high. Surely that wasn't the plan, Richo.
He might as well have just dropped the ball on the ground, Dennis. Mackey really wears his heart on his sleeve. He slams that on the boot. He opts to play on. He hand passes it. Grundy with the kick. He gathers up the intercepted ball. Heaney intercepts the ball. Heaney shoots for goal. Hit the post. That's a behind.
The Swans lead the Cats 103-1. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Franklin choosing to play on. Penetrating hand pass. Can you count that as a moral victory? The Swans by 103. Selwood kicks to himself. Kicks it. A nice running mark. Parkick winds it up. Mackey is happy with that tackle. He's got him for holding the footy. Great mark. Gets boot to leather. Great mark. Picture perfect drop punt. Marked by Smith. Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. Gets boot to high. The Swans lead at the end of the term by 103.
The Swans fans will be hoping that Sydney can maintain the momentum going into the final term and wrap this match up early so they can savour the victory.
1 quarter to play.
The game isn't over till it's over.
Smith punches. Laidler controls. He gets a kick out of the pack. Nice hands. Not a pretty drop punt, but it gets away okay. Dangerfield boots it. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. The ball finds its way into the grateful clutches of the opposition. That play was as high-tech as a campfire. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. He's driven that ball hard, but it's a miss. The Swans in front. He'll be disappointed with that effort.
Their disposal efficiency has been fantastic, but Gelong need to begin taking more gambles if they're going to cause some damage on the scoreboard. Guthrie kicks it.
The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Moves it quickly by hand. Tackled, but gets the handball off. Hand passes. Franklin has the goal square all to himself. That's 10 in a row for the Swans. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Sinclair is just a real workhorse in the ruck, and I reckon his teammates really appreciate his uncomplicated approach to the game. McCarthy has to get this one right now. He's missed the goal. The Cats are trailing the Swans.
It's not the score he was looking for. Reed ran to meet the ball and took the mark superbly. Gets the loose ball. Jack somehow manages to get that ball out with all those players around him. And he's heading for home. He'll be happy with that. Hatley playing well. That's his third. This lead getting bigger now. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce.
Sinclair will give you a competitive contest in every hit-out, I can assure you of that. But the midfielders are going to have to work really hard to earn the centre clearances off his ruck work. The Cats getting some momentum back.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce.
Sydney have just been so dominant in the ruck, and that's been able to give their midfielders so much time and space, and that's why they lead this match. He opts to play on. Rowan seems scared by his shadow. He steals the ball on the bounce. He lays off the pass.
The ball comes loose as both men hit the ground. Franklin ran to meet the ball and took the mark superbly. Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. 45 metres out. That decision was like taking a beer to a job interview. Not a very good idea. Tui receives the ball. He's running hot, Richard.
You're right, Dennis. I've just about run out of things to say about his performance. I'm just going to watch and enjoy this display.
He's had lots of touches this match. With the ball now is in his possession. Mackey with the kick. McVeigh ran to meet the ball and took the mark superbly. He has space for an easy mark.
Kennedy is one of the cleanest marks of the football in the game. He slams that on the boot. That's a nice strong mark. Selwood puts his boot on it. Jack with beautiful hands above the head. He really is a great target to kick to. Shocking kick, nowhere near the target.
He's kicked that straight into the confectionery stand out on the full. He's heading for home. Franklin looking for another goal here. Sydney leads by 110. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Selwood to bring it in. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The bounce is straight up and down. Sinclair taps it. Is in his possession. He brings it out of the pack. Hands like dinner plates. Does he have a realistic chance from here, Richard?
It's just too far out for him, Dan.
Heaney just stopping for a quick dance. Heaney lets fly with a shot at goal. It goes through for a behind. Sydney in front. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. He'll be looking to spot the player on the burst. The Swans are in control of this game. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Sinclair outstretches his opponent to win the ruck. Listen, here's the thing. This game was over before it began, and I don't think there's anything further I can add that will shed light on this outcome. Very one-sided. Richo, did you enjoy the matchup between the Swans and Gelong?
Well, they got into a situation where they were a few goals down and all of a sudden the players lost faith and thought, why bother? It was like they decided that the scoreboard damage was too much and that they couldn't handle it any longer, so just gave up.